Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Okoyemi Goddess, and if you're new to this channel, thank you for stopping by. Do not subscribe before you leave. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always returning to my channel, and I love you guys as always. So a while ago, I got a comment from an ardent supporter of this channel, one of my subscribers, and he's just an amazing person. He's been following me from day one. Anyways, he dropped the comments, or should I say he asked some questions, about 3 questions I think. And okay, so when he asked the question, I think I replied him saying, no, I'll actually make a video, answering these questions, because I believe that it would help 1 or 2 people. And yeah, a lot of people would benefit, from my response if I actually make a video rather than just answering the question in the comment section. Anyway, so I'll just go straight to the questions and I would answer the questions. I will leave maybe a picture of the comment or of the questions somewhere on the screen for you guys, but then I will still read it out for you guys to listen. So it was like a 3-in-1 question. Like the question had 3 parts, so I'll just go by the trend. So the first one, I might just look away from the screen to read the question. So the first one says, what challenges have you faced in the UK as a black skinned girl? So the person who sent this question lives in the US, he lives in the States. So I want to believe that he wants to know how racism feels here, if there's racism in the UK and all that. So the question says, what challenges have you faced in the UK as a black skinned girl? So if I want to be honest with you, I've not had a fair share of racism. I know people say, oh, there's racism in Britain or there's racism in the UK. I haven't really had my own share. I mean, I've had maybe few instances that I felt that people were being racist towards me. Maybe just 1 occurrence. Honestly, I've actually not experienced racism like the way people have experienced it, and that's because I've actually not lived here enough to experience it. So I believe that I might experience it maybe as days go by, as years go by. I don't know, but for now I've actually not really experienced so much of racism. I mean, I had one major experience, and that was when I was like 6 months in the country, and it was so bad. I cried and wailed, and the issue was with a bus driver. I really do not want to share this, publicly, but I had an issue with a bus driver. I was going to work, and I pretty much left my home like very early so I could get to work early. I mean, the bus driver just ruined my day. It ruined my day, and I felt it was being racist to me. And eventually, I couldn't. After buying the ticket, I still couldn't board the bus. So I eventually had to take Uber to work, and I got to work very late that day. It ruined my day because my emotions, everything were just all over the place throughout that day at work. I remember my colleagues, trying to just support me, encourage me, and just tell me to get over it and that I'll be fine. And yeah, but that has been the only like experience I've had so far. So I would strongly believe, even to date, I still strongly believe that the experience I had that day wouldn't have happened to a white girl. Like, I still believe that happened to me because I'm black, or because because I'm black, really. But honestly, like over 100, like I would say 0, because I've really not experienced racism like that. So I feel like some of the challenges I faced as a person of color or as a black skinned girl would be challenges from within, not necessarily challenges from maybe white people or from Brits. The challenges are actually from within. Say instances that I felt like, especially when I came newly, there were instances that I felt like, oh my god, am I going to be able to blend into the society? Am I going to be able to just blend into the system? I remember I made a video about culture shocks I experienced in the UK. So it was more like culture shocks, really, not like challenges that I faced because of the color of my skin. The challenges were just because at that time I was a new immigrant, so it wasn't related to the color of my skin at all. It was just related to the fact that I was new in the country, and that would happen to anybody anyways. Like, if you're new in a system, if you're new to a place, you would face those kind of challenges, trying to adjust to the system, trying to adapt to the system. So that it's actually not related to the color of my skin. So I would say that I've actually not really experienced a lot of challenges relating to the color of my skin. I've faced diverse challenges, but a lot of them are actually not related to the color of my skin. So that's that about that. But I would not say that racism doesn't exist. At least people don't show it to me. I can only speak for myself. I know there's subtle racism as well, like people don't really show it to your face, but you kind of hacked it. But I've actually not really experienced it. And even at my place of work, I work with very wonderful people, like amazing people. So they've never like they've never acted as a racist or as racist people to me, honestly. Okay, so that's that about the first question. The second question he asked, let me just read it out. It says, how was it understanding the British accent? Let's not even go into that, because when I came newly, it was a problem. Saying it was a challenge, I feel like challenge is still very subtle. It was a big problem for me. I couldn't understand what they were saying. They could not understand what I was saying. So I was really frustrated. I remember the very first day at work, it was really, really bad. I could not hear anything they were saying. I could pick their words. So it wasn't like I totally didn't understand what they were saying. No, but like I didn't get the full picture of what they were saying. Like, but I could, pick few things and I was able to respond properly. But they couldn't understand what I was saying. So I remember coming back home and I was like, wait, is it not English that we're speaking? Like, as Nigerians, like we speak very, very good English. Like we're very, very fantastic when it comes to English. But you would not believe that I felt inadequate. I felt that, wait, do I really understand English? Like, is it the same English that we speak back home that these people speak here? And at some point I was like, wait, we're actually taught in English in Nigeria. Like English is even like the lingua franca in Nigeria. So it's not like English is alien to us as Nigerians. Like we speak good English, but it's so funny because the accent is very different. So if you speak English like we do in it, the straightforward English we speak, I feel like as Nigerians, our English is very clear, very, very clear, for everyone to understand. But you'll be so shocked and amazed that no matter how clear your English is, they still would not understand you if you don't have the accent. So at first, it was really like a big deal for me. I was always frustrated. They couldn't hear what I was saying. I couldn't hear what they were saying. Or maybe they couldn't understand me. Maybe they could hear, but they couldn't understand me and all that. So I had issues with their accent. They had issues with my accent. But the thing is, over time, you get to pick their words. You pick how they talk. You pick their words. There's some words that they say every time. You get to pick their words. And over time, you get to speak like them. So it doesn't just happen in a day. It's like gradual. Over time, you just realize that you pick their words. A lot of times I say some words and I'm like, wait, I'm beginning to like talk like, I may not have the accents, but I speak some of their words. Like, they like to say, isn't it, a lot. Like, isn't it, isn't it, isn't it? The number of times I say, isn't it, in a day, like that time I'm like, wait, when did I get to this point? And that's because I converse with them every day. Especially if you're working, you get to converse with them. You work with them every time. I mean, if you're talking to someone that has this accent for like 10-12 hours in a day, over time you will definitely understand them. And now I don't have any issues with understanding them, hearing them, I comprehend whatever they say. I really don't have that issue anymore. So I think it comes with time. So don't panic. Like if you're in that shoes, like if you're very new in the UK, don't get work. I know you can really, really get worked up and you're like, God, what exactly is going on? At some point I was like, wait, I passed high health. Nobody dashed me. I held results. Like I actually sat for this exam and I passed it. So why is it that they can't understand what I'm saying? But don't fret. Honestly, don't fret. You pick their words over time. They would also pick yours and all that. So it's just about time. So yes, it was very difficult to understand the accent at first. I was frustrated. Yes, but over time, I was able to pick their words, and now I speak their accent in my own way. Really, like it's not like I speak like them, but in my own way, I can still communicate properly to them without issues. Okay, so the last part of the question says, have your Nigerian people started asking for money, and how do you deal with that? So, oh my God, I feel like this question is very relative. Like my own situation may be different from yours, and I really don't want to give like one particular answer because we have different situations, we have different families, we have different upbringing, we have different backgrounds. There are a lot of like dynamics to this. So I really don't have one answer that fits all. So it's not like one answer fits all kind of thing. I would just say I might just say a few things about this. First of all, because the question says, have your Nigerian people started asking for money, and how do you deal with that? I I want to believe that it's not referring to family, because if it's family, family is family. So, but you know how people deal with their families and all that, it's relative. So for me, of course, I can't share how I deal with my family, but family is family, and I don't joke with my family. So I want to believe he wasn't referring to family. I would just kind of guess or believe that it was referring to like random people that maybe they just got to know that this girl is no longer in Nigeria, and they just believe that as you walk on the streets of London, or as you walk on the streets of Texas, you just pick dollars or you pick pounds on the streets. Because honestly, there are times I feel like people have that notion that as you're just walking around, just walking around on the street of Ontario, you just pick Canadian dollars on the street. And yeah, so I've had such experiences that now, like I said, family is family, and I wouldn't talk about my family here. So I want to imagine or guess that it was actually referring to random people that by chance they just got to know that, oh, you have jackpot, and they would try to extort you, exploit you. So I might just share a few things. So I've had such experiences that people that I was never close to, like maybe, I mean, just random people, but maybe your friends on Facebook, friends here and there. I mean, not even like acquaintances. People you don't have a relationship, but there are people that you just know, and they know you, and they just send you messages on Facebook, send you messages on IG saying, oh, my mom has been sick, my father has been sick, our landlord sent us out of the house, I want to write an exam, I want to take a test, all sort of stories. So people actually do that. What I would say is, honestly, it's still very relative. If you have the money for giveaway, I mean, it's good to be generous. If you have the money for giveaway, if yeah, I feel like this is very, very relative. It depends on you, and it depends on the relationship you have with the person. So if the person is genuine, and maybe the person is, I mean, for a close friend, I would not say no. But for a random person, just entering my DM and saying blah 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 blah, I would just be very watchful and vigilant. I know why he's asking this question, because even my friends in the States, they all say the same thing. Like, once people know you're abroad, they just keep asking you for money. I'm not talking about family now. Just random people, they're just sending messages on Facebook and all that. So I know it happens, and it has also happened to me. I'll just say follow your heart, follow your mind, and just use your brain. Honestly, I won't say more than that. Use your brain. You should be very sure who you're sending money to, and if it's a loan, are you sure they're going to return it? And yeah, just do your own background check, because they may not be genuine. A lot of times those stories are actually not real, saying their father is sick, their mother is sick, blah blah blah. Those stories are usually not real. But if you can ascertain the realness or the genuineness of the story, you may want to send money, but I'm definitely not in any way telling you to send money to anybody. So that's my take on that. And just like I said, family is family for me. So, and if you have a strong obligation to your family, then you have to fulfill those obligations, really. But for random people just sending you messages, I really don't know what to say about that. Anyways, guys, if you have, I feel like for the third question, I really did not answer it as much as he would have wanted me to answer it. So if you've had such experiences, please kindly help me answer this question. I'm trying to be a bit I don't know, I'm just trying to be a bit cautious and a bit safe when answering some of these questions. But for the third question, please, if you're able to answer this question for me, please, in the comment section, just drop your answers or your responses. What do you think? Especially if you're living abroad and random people just enter your DM, send you messages asking for money, cooking up funny stories, please, how have you dealt with it, or how do you deal with that? Please put those responses in the comment section. I really want to read from you. And concerning the third question, I really want to learn as well, so I'll be expecting your responses. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you're yet subscribed to my channel, you know what to do. Please subscribe. It's so funny how a lot of people watch my videos and they don't subscribe. So please do what, subscribe before you leave. You want to click on the notification bell so you'd always be notified when I put up videos. And of course, you want to share all my videos with your loved ones and your family and all that. And please don't forget to comment, ask questions. If you have other questions you want me to answer, just comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.